Laptop, a strong internet, provide virtual assistant, especially for freelance media like Hey guys, welcome back again to another vlog. This is your rockstarvasera. And for today, meron tayong special guest. This is Sparrow, my 11-year-old pug. For those na hindi nakakakilala sa akin, I'm a dog mom. So I also adopt dogs and Sparrow is a baby. Anyways, so for today, our content is I'm going to answer some of your questions. Yung mga nag-DM sa akin, yung mga nag-send ng mga questions, yung mga personally nagtatanong sa akin. So these are the most asked questions as a virtual assistant for those who are interested in starting their VA career. They really had a lot of questions. Take note po, ang dami po talagang they sent ng mga questions sa akin, and I really wanted to address this. Finally, I already found time para sagutin yung mga questions nyo. And sa sobrang dami, I have to actually create part 2 for answering some of your questions. Again, if you're interested and isa kayo sa mga nagtanong sa akin, don't forget to watch this video up until the end, and I hope you're gonna like it. Okay, so let's start. First question, how do I start a career as a virtual assistant in the Philippines? So I want you guys to start by identifying the skills and services that you can offer para magkaroon kayo ng clients. And also, you can also draft a resume, including your credentials, yung mga previous jobs na meron. So review that. And also, you can join some freelance VA platforms, also communities. You can start by there, and also do your research kung meron kayong mga virtual assistant jobs na interesado. Get to know what are the tasks, what's the role, and yung mga rates and all that. So you can start by doing your research and at the same time identifying what skills and services you can offer. Okay, next question. Do I need specific qualifications or training to become a virtual assistant? Well, honestly, guys, it's not really required as long as you have strong communication skills, you have computer proficiency, and familiarity with common software. Sometimes these are also essential. You can take online courses or certification. Maraming platforms online. You just have to search for them and then take their training, take their courses. And speaking of courses, I also offer a VA crash course and also social media management. If you want to enroll, I am going to post it in this video and also sa comments. I wanted to share you guys, when I was starting, I came from a BPO for 10 years. Wala talaga akong masyadong alam sa pagba-virtual assistant. And when I started, the only skill that I have is communication skills and customer service. Kasi galing ako sa customer service account. I just started there, and then eventually I took some courses. I took online classes para magkaroon ako ng certification. And then dagdagan yung mga credentials ko, and I included that in the resume whenever I apply sa bagong client. Next question is, how can I find clients as a new virtual assistant in the Philippines? Marami ding nagtatanong sa akin ito. Saan ka ba nakakakuha ng clients? Okay, I started out 10 years ago. It was tough for me to actually have or land my own client, my first client. So I started applying in Upwork, and marami pang mga VA platforms that you can apply. There are options, guys. So it's either you apply sa VA agency and sila yung maghahanap ng client for you, or you can do freelance like what I do. I apply in online VA job platforms. So I just search it and I submit my resume, my cover letter, and my portfolio if needed. So yun yung mga steps na ginawa ko para magkaroon ako ng client. I also have a blog that I created on how to get clients. And try to watch it, guys, kasi it's step by step. Talagang makakatulong yon sa inyo para magkaroon ka ng first client mo if you're starting out as a virtual assistant. You can also try building social online presence. So lagi ko itong ina-emphasize, it's important. Paano ka nga naman mag-apply as a virtual assistant kung you're not putting yourself out there. So ako, I have my social media pages. I have a Facebook page. I have Instagram. I have an account in LinkedIn. I usually create them and I highlight the services that I offer. I highlight some of the clients that I work with. So, importante din yung guys. Kasi nowadays, the client would actually check your social media. So, that's a tip for you guys. So, if you wanted to be a virtual assistant and you want the client to take you seriously, you have to be responsible with your social media account. Pero if you really want to build yourself and gusto mo talaga magkilala na, hey, I'm a virtual assistant in the social media world, then definitely you have to be responsible and at the same time, highlight your skills, highlight what you do, highlight what is your profession. Para mas lalong makita ni client na you are a virtual assistant material. And next question, ito marami din nagtatanong sa akin, how much can I earn as a virtual assistant? Okay, honestly guys, like I said, dalawa lang yan. If you're working for a VA agency, you have to understand na medyo mababa yung rate mo. It can be per hour or a project base. So, usually, kasi may cut yung agency because they're the one who's actually looking at a client for you. And you're just going to wait to have a client. Ngayon, for entry level, usually mga $4, $5, $6, $4 to $7. Depende sa role. Pwede yan pag admin virtual assistant, social media virtual assistant, or kung mga high tier talaga, yung mga bookkeeper, accounting, or mga specific virtual assistant skill ang kailangan like graphic designing, video editing, website developer, mas mataas yung offer sa kanila. And mas mataas yung kinikita nila. Now, it also depends if it's a hourly rate. And it also depends if it's a project base. If it's a project base, then it's a lump sum already na if you provide the services, then they pay you for this some amount. And if it's an hourly base, merong part-time, merong full-time, so mas malaki ang sweldo mo kapag full-time. If you're going to compute that, if you're a $5 per hour rate and then for 8 hours, diba? So malaki yon, and then 5 times a week. So, malaki talaga yun sa sweldo ninyo. And again, I also have to remind you guys na habang tumatagal ka as a virtual assistant, if you've been working with a couple of clients already, habang nadadagdagan yung credentials mo, you can actually raise your rate. So, ako, personally, I started out with $3. Mababa pa kasi again, hindi pa uso yung virtual assistant back then. Hindi ko alam kung paano mag-rate. And so I started out with just $3, and then after 1-2 clients, I raised it to $3.50, and then $4, and so on and so forth. So habang tumatagal ka, you can actually raise your rate. The higher the rate is, the bigger the salary that you have. But make sure that your skills can actually justify how much the client is billing you, right? So, yung experiences mo, yung clients mo, yung mga portfolio mo, again, you have to really show the client that this is your rate, this is your value, and these are the experiences that you've already done for your past clients. It really depends on the rate na napagkasunduan nyo ni client. Next question is, what challenges might I face as a virtual assistant and how can I overcome them? I'm just going to cite just a couple challenges. Ang totoo guys is marami talagang challenges lalo na pagbago kang virtual assistant. Number one dyan is to actually get clients. But again, I did create a vlog and just check it out. I gave step-by-step on how to get your clients, which is number one na nagiging challenge ng mga virtual assistants, especially for a freelance VA like me. Another thing is time zone difference. Actually, hindi siya masyadong challenging if you have been working in a BPO industry. Syempre, we're working for an international client, so nagmamatch yung schedule mo sa schedule ni client. If your client is from US, then you have to match their schedule. So, graveyard shift ka or you're in the night shift. Depende yan sa schedule. If you're a night owl, then it's really not a problem. But if you're not, then medyo magiging challenge yan sa sleeping patterns mo. And another thing is yung internet connectivity. Yun talaga nagiging challenge kasi minsan, even guys, nag-speed test ka na and you pass the speed test that the client requires, hindi mo talaga may iwasan dito sa Philippines. We're really having some, internet issues. Nagkakaroon ng, interruptions, disconnection, di ba? Parang minsan talaga pawala-wala yung internet natin. So, it's really hard for that. So, ang solution ko dyan is I actually have a prepaid internet and I bought it. Tapos, pinapaloadan ko lang siya. Kunyari, may sure na just in case na magba-brown out or nagkakaroon ng notification ang internet provider natin na magkakaroon ng problema or puputol, then we have a backup internet. Pero again, this may be challenge for others, but for others not. Then it's really up then sa location mo. Right? And syempre, yung mga weather changes, mahirap yan pag malakas yung ulan or alam mo yun, may bagyo. So, mahirap din yung internet connection natin. So, those are the common challenges na nararanasan as a virtual assistant. And another thing that I would like to tackle is the work-life balance. It's also hard kasi para sa akin, when I started as a virtual assistant, nahihirapan ako balance yung working life kasi nga at dyan lang yung laptop ko and I'm actually working from home. So, pag nakikita ko yung laptop ko, nagkaroon ako ng anxiety na parang meron akong hindi natapos, kailangan gawin ko kagad. Or, kunyari, ang shift ko is 10 p.m. Mga 8 o'clock, binubuksan ko na siya, making sure na baka meron pa akong kailangan gawin bago mag-start yung shift ko. So, medyo nagkaroon ako ng minor anxiety concerns. Pero honestly, it happens when I first started until eventually I stopped being anxious about it kasi the reason why I'm working from home is to have more time with my family. Pero kung lagi naman ako nasa laptop, it doesn't make sense. So it's also a challenge personally for me to have a work-life balance. Pero syempre sa tagal ko nang being a virtual assistant, at least na ma-master ko na siya. Now, kapag tapos na yung work ko sa client, I stop. If it's my rest day, Saturdays, Sundays, I stop and I enjoy every minute with my family. Next question is it possible to work as a virtual assistant part-time while keeping my current job? Honestly, guys, yes. It really depends on your schedule. So, kung pag-umaga ka nag-work sa company, then if you have time to spare and work as a part-time being a virtual assistant, then pwede yun. It's actually a good idea to still stick to your job before transitioning to a full-time VA. Kasi yung iba kasi, nagre-resign na agad, then mag-a-apply as a virtual assistant, wala pang client. So, medyo challenging siya, guys. So, I usually suggest is keep your day job and then transition, find a part-time VA job para at least, ma-master mo na, okay, ganito pala mag-work from home. Medyo may sacrifice lang sa una kasi syempre yung sleeping patterns mo and at the same time yung schedule mo haba para sa work. But if you're really decided to be a virtual assistant, work from home, then you might want to try that suggestion. So, huwag kayo agad mag-resign and then hoping na mag-a-apply kayo for a full-time job as a PA or kahit part-time. It might be a challenge lalo na it's really a competitive world in being a virtual assistant. So, baka mahirapan kayo magkahanap ng full-time, especially if first-time VA pa lang kayo. So, I highly suggest keep your job and then just find a part-time VA job muna, and then eventually if you're getting the hang of it, then you can gradually or transition to working from office or on-site to working from home. Okay, so next question, what are the most in-demand skills for virtual assistant? Okay, so just to be straightforward, social media manager, specialist, assistant, kailangan nila yan. Another thing is admin assistant or data entry. Yan yung mga in-demand. You know why? Kasi the client, they actually want to focus on the important task or important role in their company. That's why they would rather hire someone to do the daily task. Katulad ng pag-manage ng Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever. They need to hire someone. They don't have time to actually edit or, curate contents. They don't have time to actually copy paste database or read emails. They will actually hire someone to do that for them. So, para mas mapapadali yung buhay ni client. So, basically, here in the Philippines, social media is customer service. It's actually project manager and graphic design and video editing. So, those are top of my list na alam kong mas marami talagang naghahanap na VA sa mga skills na yan. Okay, next, ito, marami talagang nagtatanong sa akin ito. Next question is, what equipment do I need to work as a virtual assistant? So, this is straightforward. Kailangan mo ng laptop or computer. You also need high-speed internet. Usually, nag-run naman ng speed test si client or yung VA agency to make sure that certain Mbps will be met upon application. Also, it really depends, guys, kung ang papasukan mo is inbound, outbound, voice or non-voice. So, pag voice, syempre, it is required to have a good quality headset. And for non-voice, hindi naman masyadong kailangan. Pero kailangan pa rin kahit earphones because you're going to have client meetings. And for some cases, yung ibang clients, they would request a quiet workspace. So, kung nakatira ka sa isang place na tumitilaok yung manok or maingay yung mga aso or may mga dumadaan na tricycle, we also have to consider, I would suggest mag-non-voice para hindi rin nakakasagabal. At saka, usually yung nakakausap mo is from other countries. They might notice na hindi ka taga dun sa area ni client. So, mas mahuhuli ka. So, it really depends on the role that you're applying. And, of course, mga common softwares. For example, if you are a graphic designer or video editor, usually, humihingi si client ng mga applications or softwares na meron ka na sa laptop mo. That basically it. For others, they also require for a backup supply. So, just in case na mag-brown out, what's your backup? So, bumili ako ng just a small portable generator just in case. Nagamit ko naman siya siguro twice na nung biglang nag-brown out sa area namin. Those are just optional, but ang pinaka-importante talaga is for you to have a computer or a laptop, high-speed internet, and a good quality earphones or headset. Yun lang ang pinaka-importante. If you have those things, then definitely you can start applying as a virtual assistant. Okay, and lastly, how can I improve my chances of getting hired as a virtual assistant? Okay, guys, real talk. The only thing that you can do to get hired is lower your rate. Unang-una, if you're a first-time virtual assistant, wala ka bang experience, you don't have any experience working as a virtual assistant with a client, wala pang strong foundation yung career mo as a PA, then the solution to that is lower your rate. So like I said earlier, I started at $3. Oo, mababa guys. I started very low rate lang. Kasi nga, wala pa kung may pagmamalaki na you have to, nasasabihin ko sa client na you have currently, I have experience with social media or working with the clients. Wala pa akong credentials. So what I do, I actually discounted my rate kahit na alam ko na gusto ko ng malaking sweldo. Pero honestly guys, it's really very hard to convince a client to hire you if you don't have any PA experience yet. So make sure that kung kaya nyo lang naman is you post just a low rate, manageable rate, medyo mababa, just to land your first client. And like I said, you have to make sure to highlight your skills, give a discounted rate, and just to persuade your client to hire you kasi you're the best employee that they're gonna have. Honestly, kasi you already have the skills, you just lack the experience. Yun ang ginawa ko. That's why after like months, I already landed my first client because I started. And then on my second client, I increased my rate and then the rest is history. So, yun ang suggestion or tip ko para magkaroon kayo kagad ng client. Okay guys, so we're done with our part 1 with your frequently asked questions for virtual assistant career. I'm going to create part 2 kasi sobrang dami pang mga questions and I really wanted to answer them. And maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nag-message, nag-DM, and nag-ask sa mga questions. Yung iba halos the same lang yung mga questions and I wanted to address them. And hopefully, nasagot ko yung ibang mga questions. At ikaw na nanonood, kung isa to sa mga tanong mo, I hope I was able to help you. And again, this is just a sit-down video and I just wanted to address kasi ang dami talagang gustong maging virtual assistant. And sometimes when you're going to start your career or you're interested in starting a career, medyo napapa-atras ka and you just pause and just think na, wait lang, paano ba ako magsisimula? And there's just, a lot of questions that's popping in your mind and hindi mo alam kung sa pagkukuha ng questions. So, I do appreciate yung mga ask ng mga questions and I hope I was able to help you by answering all of these questions. So I'll see you on my next vlog. I'm going to create part 2 of this content and I hope you guys are continuously subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and just comment if you have any questions. I would love to hear from you guys. Once again, this is your Rockstar VA Sarah. Thank you and you have a great day.